Welcome to yet another Central Podcast Entertainment episode. I am MZP.
I'm Neo Spokesman, and Jay will be on the way in just a sec.
So, what a real interesting Raw this has been after Fastlane, and oh god, I mean,
Pop of the decade, as they said it.
okay, I wouldn't say pop of the decade, but it's definitely
way up there.
it's one up there, and
With Sting.
man, did you really spoil it for me after that last podcast when we were talking after that last video when we were talking about Undertaker's next opponent.
Well, Jay spoiled me first. Sorry about that.
Oh man, I didn't want to believe it too, but we'll get right into it as we get into Raw.
Vince McMahon, Vince J McMahon Award. No.
Yeah, Vincent J McMahon Award, his father's award.
He was there in spirit when that award was received by his own daughter.
First, he introduced Stephanie as the recipient of the award, and as she was about to make a speech, oh my god. Oh my god. I could not believe, you know what? I gotta applaud Vince. I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he got Shane to be there, but he did.
Hold that moment.
I'm just gonna say my piece. I did not think that Shane was gonna be there, even when he has his own company going on. I don't know. I just did not think it was gonna be Shane just coming out and somehow making him be, making him have a role for Wrestlemania. Like,
yes, you can come in now.
Like,
yes.
Yeah, so like I don't know how Vince did it. I don't know how he got Shane to do it. I don't know how he got Shane to come back, but he did. By some miracle, Shane McMahon said, yes, I'll come back to the WWE after how many years? Six years, I think, or 7 years? 7 years gone from WWE. And somehow, even when Shane has his own company, Vince was able to convince him to come back and to somehow make WrestleMania like more special. Wait, you say I owe you one, just like he did with CM Punk?
No, I'm saying I need you to do me a huge favor.
Oh yeah, huge favor. Oh my god, of course I popped because it's Shane McMahon. I haven't seen him in 7 years in WWE, and just seeing him out there was just like, oh my god, it was so bizarre. It was so crazy that I didn't think I'd see him in a WWE ring again. Again, it's one of those things where it's like, you never thought you're gonna see this guy return or this guy debut in WWE, but you're seeing it right now, and it's happening right now. It's actually some things I was actually been dreaming of. Actually, I've had dreams, literally sleeping. I've had dreams of Shane McMahon returning, and oh my god, it's like that was a dream. It's like, but it wasn't. It's real life. But yeah, that crowd went absolutely ballistic once he came out. They were chanting, "Holy shit, this is awesome!" Everything.
Well, they were in Detroit, so yeah, one of the major wrestling cities.
That is true. And Shane, oh man, he couldn't. There, I was waiting for him to get a word out. It took so long because the crowd just couldn't stop, and he was so overwhelmed. You could just tell. You could just
white hot right there with that crowd.
Yeah, like Shane was just like so. You just see the look on his face. He was so overwhelmed. He was like, I don't think he expected that type of reaction from the crowd, but I did. I would expect that. He didn't, but oh man.
Yeah,
and Vince was shut down when he dropped him a handshake. Like Vince was one figure. No, thank you. And then cut this awesome promo on both of them.
Oh, he was pretty much speaking for us, saying like you guys are running this company into the ground, and somebody needs to save them, and that guy has to be me.
Oh, and what?
What were you gonna say?
What did Shane have over Vince that allows them to do this?
Oh, I don't know. Like he says Shane has a lockbox that Vince that like. What is going on? Like, what has he got? What is he blackmailing Vince?
I know he's already getting your attention.
I'm like, this is interesting. This is actually something, this is actually a storyline that now is actually pretty convincing.
I actually want to know about.
Yeah. So Shane in the end, Shane made his intentions clear. He wants to control Raw. He wants to control Raw and wipe out the Authority. And so Vince.
Nice.
So now he has to wrestle at WrestleMania against The Undertaker inside Hell in a Cell. And at first, I'm like, that's pretty cool. But it's another lose-lose.
Huh?
It's another lose-lose. Because whoever loses, it's gonna suck. Because think about it this way: if Taker loses, that means that he would be 23-2 at WrestleMania, and you're telling me that the only people that could beat Taker at WrestleMania is Brock Lesnar and Shane McMahon.
I was gonna say a part-time guys.
Yeah, or Shane McMahon and Brock, two part-time guys. And not Shawn Michaels, not Triple H, not any other great competitor that faced Taker at WrestleMania. Like, that's completely ridiculous. And if Shane loses, then what's the point of bringing him back? And he has to win to gain control of Raw.
Somebody's got to win.
Exactly. Somebody has, and that's the problem. Whoever loses, nobody benefits.
I'll tell you what. Well, hey, they're going to turn on a big reveal. Don't do it.
Yeah, and why would Undertaker even accept this of facing Shane and like going with Vince? Like, he's supposed to be a baby face. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Let's see what Undertaker has to say tomorrow night, or at least on Tuesday when we both see it on Hulu.
Yeah, Taker. Taker is gonna be on Raw tomorrow night, so we're gonna see what what he's gonna be like on Raw, or what his reaction is gonna be like. I mean, though, in theory, the match though, I don't doubt at all it will be completely awesome.
5-star classic territory.
What?
5-star classic territory.
Yeah, and this will be the second time in WrestleMania history that a Hell in a Cell match is going to happen. Second time in WrestleMania history, because Taker and Triple H at WrestleMania 28.
It's third, Mike. It's third.
Oh yeah, sorry, third. I forgot because that Hell in a Cell match, Bossman and Taker, was pretty bad.
Or except for the ending.
Yeah, but just the match itself is really bad.
Hey, Mike, you're muffled.
I'm muffled?
Yes, yeah, I guess you're away from the mic for a bit.
Oh, yeah. Alright, but I'm good now. Yeah, sorry. Third time in WrestleMania history. Because I forget that horrible match between Taker and Bossman at WrestleMania 15.
Well, two things. One, I'll look back at that match again. I'll probably say it's alright, but yes, you have a good friendly. Why was it terrible? Because it was just a squadron match?
Yeah, because, I don't know, the chemistry seemed off between Bossman and Taker.
By the way, guess what I'm looking at outside right now? Outside my room.
What?
The worst Andre the Giant Battle Royal ever, but the worst winner of that Battle Royal.
Oh, what, Cesaro?
No, the one with Big Show, and the one where he wins that Battle Royal.
Oh, it's.
I know.
Why? Why are you watching that?
No, he's watching it.
Why is he watching that?
I guess that's because he wants to. But I know that was the first match that took down everyone's momentum while we were at that party.
Oh my god, that was such a big letdown. That
And
was
when Sting lost, that's when it was. That's when it was like
then it just went all downhill.
the show even redeemable at this point.
No, I would not say like everyone's saying. Oh, WrestleMania 31 was so great. I did not think it was all that good.
Only
As,
if Sting won and Ryback or Mizdow won it, then we could say it was great.
yeah, and then Taker and Bray Wyatt happened in daylight when they should have happened at night. But of course it was, of course it
on the card.
What?
They got the last match on the card.
Yeah, it didn't get dark till the last match. Till Brock and Reigns.
Very much. Oh yeah. Also thoughts on Shane O'Mac's hair since it's now gray.
Well, what do you expect? He's in his mid-40s.
I'm sure he would have put on just for him, but no, that's what Kevin Nash does and a few other guys.
Oh, I guess he doesn't mind it. I guess, whatever.
I guess, or
it's wisdom. It's wisdom.
Or he must have used just for men's touch of gray.
Maybe. You never know. Then we got a six-man tag with New Day and Lucha Dragons and Neville, and New Day won, and whatever, I guess. I mean, I still loved watching the New Day, but apparently they got a new cereal, Booty-O's, I thought it was funny.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that was terrible.
I mean, terribly funny, I guess.
Well, what if you? Oh no! What if you saw? Not what you saw. But what if you woke up one morning and saw a box of videos and you're about to have some breakfast?
I guess I'll eat them just to try it. Then we get to Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. Heyman talking about how Brock was screwed in the triple threat match. Dean Ambrose costing him in the triple threat match, and I gotta say, they're doing a pretty good job with this rivalry.
Well, first of all, Paul Heyman, every time he's on the mic, gets golden. But what happened during the whole entire segment?
Yeah, but also, like before that, like even before they did the whole Vincent J. before they had Shane return, they showed like footage of Dean Ambrose entering the arena and then Brock Lesnar coming out and beating the holy piss out of him and slamming him like onto the windshield of a car. Like all that was just, oh my god! I thought it was really great
and brutal.
Yeah, it really shows you how like intense like now this has become like such an intense rivalry between Brock and Dean, and
it's definitely I guess it's more meaningful.
Yeah, pretty much. Like now it makes the rivalry like even more like personal and even more like, oh my god, these two really want to kill each other. Let's see what they could do, And then then Dean Ambrose was sent to the hospital, but then during the promo he came back in a neck brace but barely walking.
No, crawling.
Yeah, barely walking. He was crawling, and then challenged Brock to a street fight at WrestleMania.
No way. He stomped over Dean Ambrose's head.
Yeah, well, he just stepped over him because he was like... Well, he kind of just stepped over, like walking over him, like, you're not worth it. Because he just already beat the crap out of him, and he's crawling over there, and he's defenseless, and Brock's like, why? Why should I beat you up? You're already, like, you can't even defend yourself, so bye.
Then he cuts that snake, and Dean Ambrose puts that good promo, and we get a no-holds-barred match.
Well, no. Well, they say no holds barred street. Like, why? Just call it a street fight. Just call it a street fight. You don't have to put no holds barred in it. Well, it's just a street fight.
What about WrestleMania 27? Call that no holds barred.
Yeah, well, there's a difference between no holds barred and a street fight. No holds barred usually is like no disqualification, anything goes in the ring. Street fight is anywhere. anywhere, and kind of, I guess, pinfalls count anywhere, I guess.
That's what you call a false count anywhere match. But all right then.
So he did that, then Lesnar hit the F5 on Ambrose on the outside, and then Heyman accepted the challenge for him, for Brock, and we got one hell of a match at WrestleMania. I'm definitely interested to see what Ambrose and Brock are going to do in this match.
Second best match in the card, but it would be terrible if every match below the main event was good except the main event, which we'll get to in a moment.
And you know what's funny? Now Brock has wrestled, like, after WrestleMania, Brock would have now wrestled every, like one single member of the Shield in a singles match.
Yep. Well, Rollins three or four times already.
No, he's only faced Rollins like in a one-on-one match once, and that was that Battleground when Rollins was defending the belt against him.
Well, essentially twice because it was a triple threat match, but all the same time.
Like I'm talking about one-on-one, like just straight one-on-one.
Yeah, he's only faced each guy once, so yeah, Dean Ambrose might make him number one as well.
Yeah, so after Dean Ambrose, he would have wrestled every member of the Shield one-on-one.
Oh yeah, yes, and there was also the Goldust segment. If I true.
The Goldust. I don't think I saw that segment.
Well, I didn't see it either, but at one part, Goldust was just a waiter and was in arguing with his wife, if I'm correct. And Goldust just got the wine bottle while trying to open it and just pointed it and just aimed the wine bottle, or just placed the wine bottle in a certain position and just boom, popped the cap open.
You know, I think I saw a meme of that. I didn't even know what that was until, like, I guess that was what happened on Raw, and I was...
Yes, that was a sign of WWE getting edgier in full WrestleMania.
Yeah, I was like... Yeah, I mean... Or it's just a subliminal message that, you know, that they're doing.
Yes, did you see the Left Man's video on that topic?
I don't think so, no.
Quite interesting. Good discussion, definitely worth it, but yes. It's good. Well, from that video, he states that maybe at this point, Joey's like, maybe we should have stuck to what we were all along instead of trying to be just TV. It just didn't work for them.
Well, I mean, PG is no longer the problem for me for WWE at this point. Like, they don't need to make it like really. I appreciate like they're kind of making it a little bit edgy, especially with what happened later on in the night in the main event. But, you know, they're maybe doing a little edgy just to kind of like, just to kind of be like, since they're saying, hey, you know, WWE is for everybody, for kids, for adults, for everything. Let's have some segments for the adults, and I guess those were the segments for the adults. So, you know.
Yeah, then with Roman Reigns and Triple H, well, I forgot how it started.
With what?
With the Triple H Roman Reigns segment.
Oh, well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that later. But then we got a rematch from Fastlane, except I think Bray Wyatt was in this one. It's the Wyatts against Ryback, Kane, and Big Show. Ryback walks out on the match, and then the Wyatts win the match. I mean, Ryback's... I have no clue what is going on with this now. Like, Ryback just walks out, and he's like, we already beat him. Why should we have this? I mean, okay, I actually applaud Ryback for saying it, because it makes sense. Like, why are we facing them again? We already beat them. Doesn't matter. And he's like, I'm sick of six... I was like, thank you. He's like, I'm sick of being in tag matches, 6-man tag matches for no reason. I'm like, thank you. Someone with a brain. I guess CM Punk was wrong when he said Ryback was dumb as, you know,
Well, that's not true.
Obviously not after what we saw on Raw with him.
That out loud.
What?
Right.
Well, with him being dumb?
No, with Rebecca talking about I don't like it when you tag team matches.
Yeah, like finally he says something that's actually makes sense. Then we got Sasha Banks defeating Naomi 1-on-1. Then Charlotte Charlotte comes out to tell Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch that they're going to be in a match next week, and the winner will face her at WrestleMania for the Divas Championship.
Wait, it's who versus who now? Sasha Banks versus who?
Versus Becky Lynch.
It's going to be Sasha Banks.
No.
What did Jay say?
You said no.
No.
No what? What is he saying no?
With Sasha Banks. What do you think, Mike?
What?
Sasha Banks and Charlotte?
I say so.
Yeah, because is in that.
It's got. I know Jay's mad because Naomi's not in the match.
Well, that's the fatal four, but I got it.
Sorry, it's gonna be Banks and Charlotte.
Oh yeah, so let's bring in Snoop.
Yeah, let's do that. Then finally the main match. I don't even understand why this was the main event. Reigns and Sheamus. I don't even know why they did this as a main event.
No one cares for the match. But
yeah, I didn't care either. I was skipping most of the match until the part where Triple H comes out, and this was really awesome.
Yes, let's play. And then someone claims it was a blood capsule, which I can agree on because his hand was red.
Yeah, like, and then I heard didn't Byron Saxton pass Roman Reigns the blade?
Well, I think blood capsule, but no.
Well, I mean, it's blading. It's not a blood capsule.
Well, what's there to be blamed in a blood capsule?
You just open the capsule and put blood on you. I don't know.
That's my perspective or my concept of it, but more or less, yeah, that's what they did in terms of blading.
So, yeah, I mean, if that's the case, it's like, so now blading is legal in WWE? Like, what is going on? Like, after that whole thing?
Well, don't forget the pedigree as well.
Yeah, then the pedigree on the steps and just, yeah, everything in that was pretty awesome. And now, like, but here's the problem. They can't. What they're gonna do now is, yeah, this was awesome. Triple H, beat the hell out of Roman Reigns. But what if? And this is a big possibility because they always do this. What if they're just gonna have Roman Reigns, no sell everything the next week, and then and then get his payback on Triple H the next week?
No. They're not going to screw this up for WrestleMania 32.
Yeah, they can't do that. They have to for tomorrow. Like, I don't know if they'll have Reigns even show up, and like they probably won't have even Reigns show up. Like, they'll just have like Reigns like probably on via satellite, like explain that injury. They'll probably have him like via satellite, like explain the injury and being like, "Yeah, I got hurt pretty bad. I had surgery, but I'll be back in time for Mania, and I can't wait to get the belt off of Triple H or something like that."
But the reason they're probably going to do that is because they want to get Ray Powell out of those major cities, so they'll screw the heck out of them.
That may be a good. That may be a good reason why they're doing that.
Yeah.
They realize these. They realize that for Raws, for the shows before Mania, that they're going to be in big cities, and they know that Reigns is going to get a bad reaction.
Imagine if we would have been back in Philly again.
To be honest, that's a good move on their part because they're gonna boo no matter what. They were booing Reigns. They were cheering the crap out of Triple H when he was beating the piss out of Reigns.
Imagine WrestleMania 30, WrestleMania. Triple H is cheered like.
That's what's gonna happen. Come WrestleMania, Reigns is gonna get booed and Triple H is gonna get massive pops. That's what's gonna happen. And then Reigns is gonna win, and WrestleMania is gonna end in boos.
Worse than WrestleMania 17, or if not as bad, or on the same level.
Yeah, I mean, you can't have Rollins come in and cash Money in the Bank again because first of all, he's not Money in the Bank. He's not holder of the Money in the Bank, and two, I don't even think he's going to be back in time for Mania for his injury.
Well, what if Rollins comes out after Reigns Triple H and challenges him to the title at King?
Wait, if what?
Rollins comes out immediately after the match and challenges Reigns for the title.
Nah, it's not going to do that much because either way, Reigns is walking out of Mania with the belt. So, I mean, we'll just see how it goes. We'll just see like how they're gonna play this out.
Hopefully, it doesn't suck.
Yeah, hopefully they don't drop the ball like they've done with everything else.